This is Inside Indiana Business Radio for the afternoon of Tuesday, January 24th, 2023. I'm Alex Brown. A precision fermentation manufacturer is planning to develop its first biomanufacturing facility in East Central Indiana. The Indiana Economic Development Corporation today announced Liberation Labs will invest $115 million to build the commercial-scale facility in Richmond and add 45 jobs. The company said the plant is part of an effort to commercialize alternative proteins used in food products such as almond milk and plant-based meats. The company is slated to break ground this spring and expects to reach full commercial production by the end of 2024. And the IEDC said the new jobs will come with average wages well above the state average. The Pokagon Band of Potawatomi Indians, which operates Four Winds Casino in South Bend, says its new 23-story hotel and events center will open March 1st. Construction crews have spent 2.5 years building the venue, which includes 317 guest rooms and 24,000 square feet of conference space. Indiana's unemployment rate in December rose slightly to 3.1%, up from 3% the previous month. The Indiana Department of Workforce Development said private sector employment decreased by 4,600 jobs last month. The national unemployment rate fell to 3.5%. From the number one source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Has your company grown at a rapid pace over the last 2 years? Nominations are now being accepted for Fast 25, IBJ's exclusive list of fastest-growing companies in Central Indiana. Honorees will be spotlighted in a special publication in the IBJ and celebrated at an event on May 9th. Check out the changes to this year's criteria to see if your company qualifies. Learn more and submit your nomination by March 1st at ibj.com/nominations.
In today's business environment, every company is a tech company. Interested in learning more about emerging technology trends that can make an impact on your strategy in 2023? Join us February 15th for IBJ's Technology Power Breakfast to hear from top tech entrepreneurs, investors, and up-and-comers. Our panelists will dive into key issues and trends that will inspire fresh ideas. RSVP or reserve a corporate table for 10 by February 9th at ibj.com/events.
An Indianapolis City-County Council committee passed a group of proposals last night to set the stage for the upcoming $180 million City Market East project. Here's Gary Dick.
Members of the Council's Metropolitan and Economic Development Committee unanimously approved a proposal to provide the project $18.8 million in tax increment financing bonds, pending full council approval. City officials announced in June they had chosen a joint venture of local developers, CityMark and Gershman Partners, to revamp the downtown block that includes the Indianapolis City Market and Gold Building, with a heavy focus on bringing more apartments to the city's central business district. Construction is expected to occur in 2 phases. The first, which will receive $12.3 million in TIF bonds, will include the reskinning and redevelopment of the iconic 20-story Gold Building, which will be subdivided into 340 apartments. It also will entail updating the office building at the southwest corner of Ohio and Alabama streets and an adjacent 530-space parking garage. The second phase, to receive $6.5 million, will involve improvements and an expansion to the city market, the demolition of the market's east wing, and the construction of an 11-story, 60-unit apartment tower in the Wings Place. The proposals approved Monday will go before the full council on February 7. This is Gary Dick for Inside Indiana Business Radio.
The Be Nimble Foundation, which focuses on creating a diverse and inclusive tech ecosystem, has entered into a partnership with Indianapolis-based Eli Lilly and Company to help recruit and train candidates. The foundation will serve as a talent source for the pharmaceutical giant's Skills First at Lilly program, which provides candidates without 4-year college degrees greater access to potential jobs that they may not have had through traditional recruiting methods. Be Nimble says since 2020, more than 70 people from underrepresented groups have trained for positions at Lilly, including information technology, clinical research and development, and manufacturing. After the students complete the program, Lilly will interview candidates for potential 2-year apprenticeships that could serve as a gateway to full-time jobs. A New York City-based nonprofit has launched a chapter in Indianapolis with the goal of supporting women in the sports and events industry. Women in Sports and Events, or WISE, hosted its first event last night at Gainbridge Fieldhouse and has plans for more to provide young women with mentors to help them accelerate their careers. Melissa Thompson is board chair for WISE Indianapolis and said there was a big need and interest for an Indy chapter.
The ecosystem of sports in this city is so huge and such an integral part of what we do and how we operate here. And there are so many women who are involved in those organizations and working for them. And we really felt like it was necessary to have a organization like this where women who'd been in the industry for years could mentor younger women who are coming up and really teach them the things that they had learned and how to advance in their careers. And so we really felt WISE was a great vehicle to make that happen.
Looking forward, WISE Indianapolis plans to host programming focused around sporting events taking place throughout the year and into 2024, such as the 2024 U.S. Olympic swimming trials and the 2024 NBA All-Star Game. The Crown Point Sportsplex is getting almost $1 million in upgrades as it prepares for the spring baseball season. Lakeshore Public Radio's Michael Gallenberger reports.
Work's underway to replace the existing infields at 6 softball fields with turf while adding the proper drainage and infrastructure. That means 9 of the 12 fields at the Sportsplex will have turf infields when it's done. Mayor Pete Land said in a statement that the Sportsplex draws in tens of thousands of athletes and visitors annually. He says the new upgrades will keep the facility at the forefront of regional complexes. For Lakeshore News, I'm Michael Gallenberger.
Sports media personality Dan Donkage returns for this week's Business and Beyond podcast with Gary Dick, presented by PNC, a weekly conversation with high-profile Hoosiers in business, sports, and entertainment, and beyond. Available now from your favorite podcast provider. I'm Alex Brown for Inside Indiana Business Radio On Demand.